KCAAradio.com.
KCAA. Hey, welcome to another episode of Palmtrees Progress Presents on NBC KCAA 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire and worldwide on all streaming platforms. I'm your host, Erick Osario, and joining with us as always is the better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley, Big Dog Tavares. I believe the last text I got from him was him saying, give me one more minute. He ran off to the restroom and just got home, so let's give him that one more minute. But as always, we got a great show planned for all you listeners. We're going to be chopping it up, going over some news articles. Also, trying out our new segment as well. Am I in the wrong? Cold Red off of Reddit. So, am I in the wrong? That's a good fun. We got a lot of good feedback off of that. But before that, we'll be introducing our guests. One wasn't able to make it, but we have another guest still here in studio. They will be talking about their new show, Tribe and Grit, which is off of this radio station as well at 8 p.m. on Mondays. So we'll definitely be getting into that. It's friends of the show. So before we introduce them, I guess I'll try to ramble on a little bit before. Let's see how long Andrew takes to get back. But I might have to introduce our guest before he comes back from the restroom, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring on our guest, but we can't do that without our song to bring on our guests.
Said I'll take some hell, yeah. Said I'll take some hell, yeah. Said I'll take some hell, yeah. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. Now, ain't that right?
All right, so let's bring on our guest, UV, friend of the show. Thanks for taking the time and being a part of the show again. UV, now co-host of 8 p.m. show on Mondays called Tribe and Grit. UV, how you doing, man?
Man, I am full of unshakable confidence. Good man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Unshakable confidence, dude. That is awesome. If I was single, I'd be like, let's go to the bar. Play wingman, bro. I feel like you got me.
I'll be a wingman, bro. I'll make sure you get all the attention you need, man. Go ahead and slide them right on there.
Yeah, man. Where were you when I was single, dude?
Right to your seat. Yeah,
that's right.
Slide them right over.
Okay, so UV, Ulysses, you were here on the show not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, promoting some of your awesome music. I first heard you off of I Love San Bernardino. For a little recap for some of the listeners who might have missed, heard you on I Love San Bernardino, show that I run the boards on, and after the show I was like, yo, those bars were crazy.
Man,
yeah. Everything was really awesome, and had you on, and stoked to see that now you got your own hour block here, you got your own show with your homie Tyrone.
I know, man. Talk about like amazing as far as the connection is concerned. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know when you're in the right spot, when you can find someone who actually has your best interest at heart.
Right.
And it's not ego, like, by any means. And it's like, yo, if I can eat, you can eat, man. So, yeah, shout out, man, Tribe and Grit. Shout out to I Love San Bernardino. Shout out to, man, Ifyani. Shout out to, man, all of y'all, yo. We in here. Like, let's get it, yo. Palmtrees in progress. Everything, baby. Like, beautiful.
Much love, man. Much love. And, shout out to Tyrone. I know he wanted to make it, but he couldn't. He had other stuff going on. But Monday at 8 p.m., Tribe and Grit. And what was I just about to say? I lost my train of thought. So I chiefed a little bit before the show, so that's probably what that is. But you know what, Andrew, you came back from the restroom. How's it going, man? How was the BM? You doing good? Were you stuck in traffic?
The BM was great.
You look 10 pounds lighter.
That sucks. Dude, Newport to Fullerton, 55 minutes.
Oh, really? And that how many miles is that? Like 12?
12? Is it 12?
Nah.
No.
It seems pretty close, though, right?
Tell me 12. I'll be pissed.
So what did you do out? And what did you go to Newport? Is that what you said?
You cut out there. I couldn't.
You made it out to Newport?
I changed my audio settings for you.
So you made it out to Newport? Is that what you hit?
Yeah, there's a quick little trip. Antonia, she's in her what is it? Her fitness era. So she's been in some workouts out there. But I can't let her drive out there by herself, not having carpool if I'm just sitting at home. I would feel so bad. She loves doing those workouts, and I would feel horrible.
What kind of workouts, man? You talking like CrossFit?
She's gonna be solo rider, no carpool there, so it takes us like 25, 30 to get there. But today, I don't know.
UV asked, what kind of workouts is she doing? CrossFit? What is she? And what are you doing? Also, are you just like drinking beer, watching her like a good boyfriend, or what's going on?
I'm going to go make us money. I'm placing bets.
Oh snap! You're placing bets on the CrossFit.
Who's gonna flip this tire quick?
Right.
Yeah. No, I'll go around the corner. I'll do some work on my laptop, hang out, maybe indulge in a adult beverage after work, and then just watch some sports while I'm on the computer. So it's pretty cool. I get my hour to myself.
So what is she going to Newport to hit? Is there a specific gym that should be sponsoring us, or what's going on?
I probably could call out a few, but I think it's like a mixture of like hot yoga, hot Pilates, some CrossFit.
Oh, so see, CrossFit was in there.
You called it out.
CrossFit was in there, yo.
And also, UV, just a heads up, anything that his lady does, he always prefaces it with like hot this.
Right, I heard. Yeah. Hot yoga, hot Pilates, hot CrossFit. What's going on? Hot carpool. Just sweating the whole time, no matter what. Everything's just hot.
I liked your hot girl walk. Is that what you referenced?
Yeah.
Yes. I watch enough reality TV to get that one.
And see, I don't.
I think that became popular during the pandemic. Am I right? Was that when girls were going hashtag hot girl walks?
I think so. I thought it was like a summer thing.
Were they walking because it was hot?
I think so. I think it was something like that.
Was that what it was? They didn't have cars, so it was hot and they were just walking. They're trying to lose weight. Is that what it was?
Now that we're on that note, that's a great segue to something I've been wanting to get off my chest for a while. That song "Scrubs" from Destiny's Child used to make me feel bad for carpooling. I used to feel like such a loser.
Now what? Saving on gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ride share. Take that.
Yeah. How whack and dumb was I just hanging on the passenger seat of my best friend's ride? Sorry, we both have the same commute to work.
That's great, bro.
Oh, I feel good. I've been wanting to get that off my chest for a minute now.
Yeah, ride share. Let's go.
Andrew, we missed you last week.
I knew what it felt like to have a car.
Oh yeah. Well, you fly all the time. Half the places you go, you guys don't need cars, right? You guys make fun of people who like pay car insurance and have cars and all that. You're like, I'm walking here.
It's a hot girl walk.
Sick, dude. So, Andrew, we missed you last week. For some of the listeners, let them know what you were up to. He's our local Mr. Worldwide, Dale. And he's always just globetrotting, going somewhere else flying. So where were you at this past week?
Dude, do you want to hear it? I was in 2 spots.
Go off, right. Queen.
So last Tuesday I missed because I was flying back from Colorado. So it was a great time. We had a great Thanksgiving with Antonia's family. It was amazing. We were there for 9 days, and I hadn't been there in over a year. So it was really good to go hang out with Colorado. It snowed last Wednesday. We got a ton of snow. That was beautiful. And then I came home for 2 days.
You had a white Thanksgiving, dude?
I had a white Thanksgiving. It was really nice. I'll have to send you the pictures. something about that just felt right, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, blankets of snow all over the place.
Yeah,
Why not?
We might get hail every once in a while
Right.
over here. You know what I mean? That's what IE gets.
Yeah, there you go. Blankets of hail.
It's like dirty. It's like
Welcome
dirty.
to the empire. You know what I'm saying? He gets blankets of snow. We get blankets of hail, man. There you go.
That dirty water. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
The hail typically is like real brown. At
Yeah,
the end,
that's what I learned. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
Last year, actually, Antonia's her family's cars all got totaled. Snowballs the size of like mini.
I'm sorry. I
mean,
feel like you kind of just glossed over that. All of their cars got totaled.
Yeah.
Dude,
How many cars are that?
Yeah.
Or is that?
Well, it's 2. So I mean, and then there's her older sister was there. Her car. She also had a car for work. But yeah, basically the whole neighborhood and the cul-de-sac, just everybody. I mean, they needed a new roof. You should have seen how many new roof signs were in the neighborhood.
Wow.
Everybody had a sign of the company that they were getting it done from, and then they were switching off. I mean, every roofing company at least had 30 plus houses in that like in that neighborhood.
Wow.
It was insane. Every roof got redone. All the people out there for insurance to come appraise like the cars. They were just walking around the neighborhood, going from house to house to house.
Wait, so where is this at? We need to open up a business. Yo.
Yeah,
we need to go open up a roofing business, yo, around this time, yo.
Midwest.
This is the season.
And this is also another big secret. Every time we can't put solar panels on a house, it's because a hailstorm just came through, and a roofing company has to come and put a new roof on. I feel like roofing companies in the Midwest are a great idea.
I wonder if there's a way that you can cover the solar panel in like a plexiglass or
That's
something
we need to work on, you guys. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT.
You know what's crazy? The houses that we had already put solar panels on, none of them needed new roofs in the areas that our solar panels were, and they didn't crack. None of our solar panels cracked. They protected the roof above all of our customers' houses, and they were the only ones in the neighborhoods that didn't need to get new roofs.
Hold on.
Nice.
This is something. One of my closest cousins. Do you work for a solar panel company? I'm just finding this out right now.
Oh, nice.
That's crazy, though. I'm just finding out right now because you kept saying we and are. So I feel like a bad cousin right now. But congrats. And also, that's pretty sick, dude. Do you want to plug your company right now, or is that from some of the stuff? Yeah, probably some of the stuff we talk about they're not so stoked about. I said I was chiefed out a little bit earlier.
Right,
so
right.
I get it. Well, it's Colorado. Colorado's been like legal for weed for a while now.
Yeah, but my company's based out of Wisconsin, where it's not. It's decriminalized. Minnesota, I think it's decriminalized too, and Nebraska also may be decriminalized.
They seem like the wacky states.
But I feel like there's something about it that makes it super cheap for us to operate there. You know?
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But
I'm moving my business to Reno.
They are pretty badass, though. We're trying to improve pretty quickly. So,
well, that's awesome, man. I remember when Big Bear and Arrowhead had that horrible snowstorm. I think was it like 2 winters ago. It might have been last winter or 2 winters ago when they had the real bad storm. A friend of mine had one of those new Civics because they live up there in Crestline or Running Springs, one of the areas, and they got the newer little Civic wagons that it kind of looks like a hatchback that you see all over the freeways right now. Dude, he showed me a photo of his car on one of the times that like it just snowed over night, and his roof on his new Honda was caved in. Windshield was completely trashed, dude. Because I think it might have been like 4 feet at least of snow during the night. So he woke up. Oh well, probably don't have to go to work because it's snow day. Good movie. Seeing his car though, dude, what a bummer. Am I right?
Because of the weight?
That's how
because of the weight of all the snow on top of the car just made it concave completely in.
That's
yeah.
nuts.
So I mean, like you said, how many cars got totaled because of the snow as well, Andrew? I'm assuming that's what it was.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Wednesday morning when I woke up.
What cars were they that got totaled too? I'm curious. I want to picture this. Picture this. We were both.
It was
a little
It was like a bigger Toyota Highlander and a CRV. And there was another, I think a Subaru. I think there was a Subaru they got.
Oh, not the
Totaled
Outback.
as well.
Not the Outback. If any car's gonna make
Isn't
it,
the Subaru built for the snow and
That's
all
what I
that?
thought,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
That one,
It should have been ready.
on Wednesday morning when I woke up, driving somewhere, and the car was completely, like Antonia, the car that they have now, was completely covered in snow. So I'm out there for like 10 minutes just taking all this snow off.
Yeah.
We drive to the next spot. We park somewhere for like an hour. We come out, car is completely covered again in snow. And I'm like, man, how do people just do this all throughout the day? But I mean, I guess they're not commuting to multiple spots in snow. I don't know. I had to clean it within 2 hours 3 times.
A bunch of strong grip people running around there. They cleaning off the car every 15 to 20 minutes. Just a whole bunch of people with little mini shovels and strong grips, huh?
South Park never covered that part about Colorado and how rough the snow can be. So thanks, Andrew, for letting us know. Yeah.
Oh, and then let me just finish off the week one more time. And then I fly in Tuesday night. I get 2 days here, and then I flew to Madison, Wisconsin, actually on Friday for our company Christmas party this weekend, which was pretty cool. So shout out to them. It was a good time.
Shout out to them, those who will not be named.
Appreciate you guys, and thank you for a great
What's your guys' Christmas party looking like? What's the spread? Are you guys having a couple adult beverages? What's going on?
No, it was amazing. I think we all flew in Friday. They had like separate banquets for each department. So like all the guys that are out there, you know, putting on all the install crew, all the electricians, everybody, they have their own separate one right before. A lot of us are remote. So we came in afterwards and we had our own remote. They had great dinner, steak dinner. It was beautiful. It was amazing. Friday's dinner was awesome.
How do you like your steak, yo?
Medium. I love it medium.
Okay, good
like
guy, good guy. Okay. What about you?
Medium rare. Actually, I like a lot more blood.
Yeah. I mean,
I like it nice and
my steak, I like it like other things too. I'll take it pink, little pink in the middle.
And I want to say those cows had to be right around the corner because that was some fresh. It was really good. Yeah, it was amazing. And then after that,
I like a lobster spot. You pick which cow you want murdered.
Yeah,
I want that one.
He looks good.
I want to make eye contact with it right before.
Hey, yo, that's old school though, right? From farm to table.
Yeah.
Backyard to right there, yo. From the backyard to the stove.
It was amazing.
Nice.
So I loved it. That was great. And then we definitely got into a bunch of adult beverages at night. That's pretty much like that Friday night when it's for everybody just come together. You know, a lot of us don't really get to work together, so we get to meet each other in person. Saturday's like a nice like big family Christmas party, kids, jump houses. They have, invite everyone's families to come in, which was awesome. And then probably around 6 o'clock, they switch it to an adult Christmas party again. So they'll like pay for daycare and they'll have like a whole area for the kids.
Awesome. I was about to say, they say kids, you got to scram. That's awesome. Dude, this is good company. So, good solar panel company.
They take all the kids away. I mean, there's so many like people that are like supervising and keeping the kids entertained for the night up until like 10 o'clock. And then as an adult, you get to decide, all right, who gets to stay, who's going to go back to the hotel and, take care of the kids or, put them down. Maybe they come back. I don't know. It just kind of switches up. And then, we just go back into like an ugly sweater party at night. Just kind of have a great time. So it was great.
Oh, you be rocking the ugly sweaters, huh?
Early on Sunday.
You got to. You be
rocking the ugly sweaters, yeah?
Yeah. That's the one time I could wear my my Cool G sweater.
Oh, there were some good ones. A girl that ended up winning, she had a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, personally knitted it herself. The only reason why she won is because she ends up saying her little spiel. She's like, oh, I'm like really nice, like Rudolph the Reindeer. And we both have buttholes. And she picks up her back of her shirt and she like put a little pink reindeer butthole on her on her sweater, and everybody went crazy. The crowd just started chanting butthole.
This sounds like a fraternity more than a friggin' workplace.
Right,
I love it.
It was hilarious. And then the CEO
crowd started screaming.
What kind of company?
Right, that's what the crowd started screaming.
Oh. He's like, are you not entertained?
Oh, it
was
awesome.
Great.
At the solar party.
Oh, man.
Great.
Did the missus get a join with you or no?
So they are invited. For me, unfortunately, I got my flight like a week and a half out, and we tried looking it up real quick, and it was going to be like 700 round trip for her.
Right.
And for 36 hours of like being able to actually do stuff. And then like they're not really invited until the later half of Friday, and then I just felt like there was so much going on. It's too quick of a trip.
Yeah,
to make it worth $700.
Yes, I do. I totally get that. Totally get that.
So we just made that decision, and it was fine. It was a good time. I was back here by 12 on Sunday.
Awesome. Well, you were tuned into Palmtrees Progress Presents on NBC KCAA. We are joined here with UV from half of the show of Tribe and Grit of live on KCAA Radio on Mondays at 8 p.m. Yeah. Hey, UV, why don't you plug also... if you guys know, he was on a couple weeks ago and played some awesome jams. You can also plug your music and where they could find it.
Man, I appreciate that. Of course. Ulysses Valor. You can find me on everything from Spotify to Apple Music, YouTube Music. I mean, anything that plays music, I'm on it, man. Heart Radio, Deezer, Pandora, all of them. Type in Ulysses Valor. That's ULYSSES Valor, VALOR. I believe you'll love it, man. Turn it into a household name.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Andrew,
I appreciate it.
You're supposed to be doing working on a TikTok dance for one of his songs, right? Andrew said he was working on a TikTok dance.
I think we had a world premiere last time.
Yeah. Y'all did, man. Y'all had the world premiere. Talk about it.
And I also heard yesterday during their show when the album's supposed to be dropped. So I'm not going to say it myself. It's not my business to share. But if you guys want to find that out, tune in to Tribe and Grit, the past episodes, which is on YouTube and should be on all streaming platforms in an hour or so.
Yeah, man, appreciate that.
Let's
look
go.
into it. So you got a dance coming, huh? That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, do you want to show them? Do you want to show them a little bit of
I appreciate
a little preview?
that,
Or?
Keep it under the wraps.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
Money. Wait until you're ready. I believe in that.
Yes.
Wait until your craft is exactly how you want it to be.
Under wraps are my
get
favorite
it.
decom.
Yeah. And the moment that happens, man, make sure you hit him to hit me, man. We just gonna be out here hitting each other, yo.
You're right, and because you don't want to talk about it until you have something to show.
Yeah, just be like, I'm done.
Yeah, just like you said yesterday, you brought up on the show. You never talked about having the radio show. It just you're like, yeah, because you were too busy getting it done. So let's go. And also, just for some of the listeners to tune in onto your guys' past episode, your first episode, which was aired yesterday. I was gonna chime in, beating a dead horse. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah. So you know what? For those of you who heard that, you would want to chime in to the episode to see why he said beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
So let's not even expound on it this time.
Exactly.
We should get it on the next time.
Let's
And be
go.
like, oh, so that's where that comes from.
That's
right.
what we call a teaser, fellas.
There
Let's
we go.
go.
There we go. Yeah, bring them back. Okay.
So, UV, I want to say thanks again for taking the time being part of the show.
Man, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the invite. For
Oh,
real,
of course.
yo.
Anytime. I'm sorry that Tyrone couldn't make it.
He sends his love, yo. 100%.
I'm sure. And you know what? Let's even plug Luxury Transportation, because I did have his commercial queued up right before our intro went on, and I kind of wanted to be like, ta-ta, give him a little.
Hit him with the ta-ta.
Get a little finger.
Hit him with it.
Got
yo.
you.
It's
brother.
beautiful. Hit him with it. I loved
yeah,
it.
Yeah. So, Lux Transportations, check them out. They have commercials here too. But I believe Tyrone is a owner of that.
Yeah, Love Lux. Yeah,
Love
Tyrone
Lux.
is. Man, what can I say? He has so many different things going on. They say put, all of your eggs in one basket. Well, he did. He just has a lot of eggs and a lot of baskets. You know what I'm saying? So he's not running out of eggs or baskets, man.
Yeah. He was a cool dude for sure. And like you mentioned at the top of the show how I guess all lack of a better word, synergy between everybody that we all linked up with, how he's not, and everyone here doesn't want to have to shine themselves. Like when you mentioned world domination yesterday, he was like, I'll be right there. I'll be right there next to you, dog. He's not like, more teasers to tune in to yesterday's episode.
I know, huh?
Guys.
Hit him with the world domination and all of that. Yeah, what are they talking about?
And he was just like, yeah, dude, I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
Look at Andrew. He's thinking about it like, man, world domination, what happened?
Y'all talking about Pinky in the Brain?
Yeah.
I'm going straight to KCAA radio right now.
Look at Tribe. What are they talking about? Yeah, it was a great show, man. I appreciate that. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, shout out to Rob and Piani.
Man, 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Andrew, did you read any news articles you want to get into? Because I did not. I just have a bunch of Reddit things I read, and I'm ready to read to you. I don't know if you got any of those. I didn't send you any because I wanted your honest reaction on the air.
My honest reaction, yeah, I haven't had too much time to dive into too much of the news that's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on, though.
Okay, do you want to touch anything right now? McDonald's, people getting caught up at McDonald's. No, it's probably too heavy for a show. You know,
I was trying to figure out a funny way to bring that one up too.
You know what? I will say I woke up. Must have been two days ago, and I was just drinking some coffee, and I was in the kitchen, and my Theo had the news on, and then I see someone getting murdered on the news, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to see the security footage from this, and I was like, oh, that's what I'm on TikTok for. That's I know, at least if I'm going on TikTok or Instagram, I'm prepared to see some kind of violent stuff. Didn't think that I was going to happen during K-Cal or whatever.
Wait, what? Because see, apologies, my G.
No problem.
You have to forgive my ignorance because I don't watch the news at all.
And
what happened?
You're probably the better guy to say it exactly.
I felt like you were getting to it pretty good. I felt
somebody lost their life at a McDonald's.
Exactly. So just explain what you were seeing.
Well, it was the guy who shot the United Healthcare CEO, who got shot recently. I'm not sure how many days ago, but he got shot and killed by a Luigi Mangione, and that they have the footage. So where McDonald's came involved was he got caught at a McDonald's days later after the assassination of the United Healthcare CEO. And it was just, this show doesn't really get political. Where I get my politics from is from John Oliver's show on HBO. And, I used to be the Colbert Report when he was on Comedy Central, which was like 10 years ago now. But, you ever heard anything about this?
No, bro, I literally don't watch the news.
I understand why. I was just trying to have some coffee, and I was like
100%. Like I don't.
Yeah. So they had like security footage of the alleged suspect Luigi throwing on like a silencer on his pistol and then just point blank from behind on a busy street, just shoot the guy in the back of the head and then to kill him. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to. I don't want to throw my punk rock beliefs.
Man, condolences to the dude and his family.
I was just about to say
exactly.
that. I was going to say condolences to the family, for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely condolences. I think it's kind of like interesting how, the internet has reacted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like, I understand. I think me and my sister were just talking about this yesterday. It's like, wow, we actually don't even know how to feel. We're like, we feel bad automatically. Condolences to the family. No death should be like spread in any ill way, but it's just crazy with what the internet has come to and how fast. And honestly, how much that actually impact or United Health Insurance does play a big factor in everyone's lives. And I think the kid actually came out and said in his manifesto that he had ill intentions towards or just bad. He was just rubbed the wrong way with the way that the health insurance had handled one of his loved ones, the way that they took care of him. So I think he wrote that in his manifesto. Carissa actually brought up something yesterday about it's crazy the timing of this because what's the other big ones out there? There's another big insurance. Oh, Blue Anthem. Blue Anthem came out and said that they're going to start timing how long your surgery should take.
Yeah.
And how much anesthesia you get. And they just made this whole release about a week before that too.
About a week before.
And my sister was like, "Don't all these CEOs? Didn't they just see what happened? They're like, didn't they just see what happened to this guy? Like, it really is sad, man. It is sad that a lot of people are impacted by a health company or an insurance company either approving or denying your claim, your medicine, all this stuff. So it's a really sad world,
So basically, what you're saying is we have to start a new insurance company and make sure that the people get it the right way.
You know what I mean?
For me,
maybe that's what needs to happen, right? If you're talking about
that.
somebody else is on something crooked and the people are feeling like this was this man's his only outlet was to take the life of another, then that means we need to go ahead and switch it up ourselves, right? Like if the game isn't going to change, then the players have to. So if the game has been a certain way for so long and these people are in the positions that they're in and things are getting done properly according to the community, then we need to step up as a community, bro, and bring something else to light, so that way they have a real outlet and a real resource that they can count on, rather than just sitting back and being like, oh man, well, these people X, Y, and Z, let's go ahead and take up the baton.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, I feel like certain doctors, I mean, I'm not saying anything that's news, but they are so quick to prescribe pills because they get paid off for how many pills they prescribe of a certain brand or certain company. You know, they get paid off for that. I mean, I've had loved ones that got prescribed, got prescribed pills because they had like a toe fungus before, and all of the, you know, I usually like to read through my loved ones' medicines, be like, hey, you know, these are the side effects, this is what it is. And it was like, oh, really bad kidney damage. Like if taking the pills, the side effects is like kidney failure, liver failure. And I was like, this is for like toe fungus. And I'm like,
is there an alternative for real?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, there is. And there's a lot of them that just, you know, and then some people, like, you know, luckily that I'm there to be like, hey, you know, I kind of don't trust the pills. I'm classic, good old fashioned classic stoner. I'm like, smoke weed, dude, you know. But for certain points, I'm like, yo, look at these pills. Like, look, why would you need that possibility of kidney failure or liver failure off of like toe fungus things? Like, you hear all these kind of commercials, even like paid programs or those commercials you see on like daytime television where it's like, yeah, if you have like a stomach ache, like have this, but possibility side effects is like death.
Right.
You
Right.
know
It's
what I
like
mean?
19 other things.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
oh well, I think I'll just deal with the tummy ache. I think I'll be
Right, so then we need some easy to understand content. Then we need to hold
Yeah.
somebody. We need to hold somebody accountable to some easier to understand
There-
content, so they know.
Yeah.
Like if I
agree.
take this, dude, like don't say whatever the technical term is per se. Just let them know, like, dude, you take this, your liver's gonna rot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, like your liver's gonna fall out of your armpit, like something crazy. You know, get them thinking, like, whoa, maybe I shouldn't take this.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these things, and he's like pretty.
He is pretty.
adamant
I did think that he was
all-
pretty too.
about-
Oh, okay. No, you were
Yeah, actually,
you were gonna
you
finish
know
your
what?
sentence. My bad.
He's
Go
a
on.
pretty good looking guy. Actually, my bad. No, he's just really on eating clean.
Uh-huh.
Like you're saying, Eric, you know, if there is something like that you have wrong with you, there might be another route other than a medical like pill or some sort of antibiotic. There might be something more natural
Yeah.
and just like change up your diet or something that like makes it cleaner in the way you eat. And I've seen him all over the place. He'll go to like Walgreens, he'll go to all the different pharmacies that we've all been to and just pick out things that we've relied on. And we still know everyone's going to continue to rely on, but I've been wanting to bring him on because he's fighting against it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm on the wave of I agree. I don't really want pills to be the solution.
Yeah.
I don't want. I want to make sure that we're always there. Not. Yeah, like I said, I'm for the people over profits. I don't think we really should be having.
I don't even have like Advil or like Aleve, dude. So like I'll just be like hungover the whole next day because I read the back of it where it says like, you know, do not have if you had like within like 24 hours of having alcohol or liquor, and I'm like, well, I'm having this because I'm hungover. So I think like less than 12 hours ago.
Right.
I was throwing some back, so probably not.
I mean, real talk, smart move, because
Yeah.
you don't know.
Mhm,
If it says it on the bottle, you don't know. You might be the one that has that reaction. Like,
Yeah,
man, you
yeah.
know what it said. Don't do it too.
I will say shout out to all those cool pharmacists who like, hey, I'll give you the generic one. Like, you know, like you should get the generic brand because it does all the same things, but you're saving like $100 per prescription. You know, when they're like, oh, you don't need that. There's a generic one for like pennies on the pill as opposed to like dollars for per pill type of stuff. So shout out them, I guess. Shout out to anyone who cares. and also shout out Adju's
The
job.
doctors that care too. I will say, you know,
Scrubs made it seem
I've
like
had
doctors cared more.
Yeah, I've had some doctors that, you know, really quick in and out, whatever. Like they did a procedure. I'm getting a bill for $500. I'm like, that was only 5 minutes.
Mhm.
We were
Oh,
in
yeah.
there for 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm, what? And my
Well,
insurance
those are
covered,
prostitution
like,
prices
1,000
right
of
there.
it. Yeah, and I'm like, my insurance covered 1,000 of it, and I still have to cover 5. I'm like, what did you do?
Yeah.
We didn't even get the problem fixed. We didn't have any solutions, and so that I've had some like bad, just bad runnings with doctors. I felt like didn't care. And then with the whole CEO passing away, I read a doctor wrote a letter to that insurance company because they denied, I think he was like an 8-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy that was on chemo for cancer, and they denied his nausea medicine. And the kid was coming in saying that he was still feeling sick and nauseous and like throughout the chemo treatments.
Yeah.
So this doctor writes like a super just letter about, calling the insurance company dumb and like, what do you think us doctors don't know what chemo does to a kid? Like, how could you not? Just completely wrote it and defended this child. And I'm like, dude, I appreciate you being like a great doctor and really like going above and beyond to like say like, this isn't right. So like that was one thing I heard about United Health. And I don't want to talk any ill about the dead. I just was kind of sad of seeing all the people's testimonies of the bad times they've had with that insurance company. I'm like, why is this a thing? Yeah. Why do we need this to be a thing? I mean, the people are paying into an insurance thing for a reason so that they can get that medical help when they need it. And why, if we have it, money shouldn't stop you from being saved. That's my thing. If we have the resources, the science, the technology, no expense is spared. We can do that. We're humans. We can care for one another.
He need the horns for that, yo. Because that was it. That was beautiful. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yo. Agreed.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you're right, Andrew. That's for sure. Man, I remember even like a couple years ago watching a documentary about these people who are like in the cannabis industry going like, going to do stuff that would get them a felony in like almost any state at the time, because it was probably over a decade ago that they were doing this. But for kids who did have chemo, who were going through chemo, and the hospitals and the doctors weren't giving them medication to deal with their nausea and all the other side effects, that they were crossing state borders, state lines, to go with to give them CBD oils. Back before, when it was still like mad illegal, and so that, I mean, anyone who smokes or anyone who like consumes cannabis in any kind of manner, they know that like THC, CBD, it helps with nausea and helps them get an appetite. So THC is what gets you stoned, what I like, but CBD is what they be giving the kids, which has no mental effects on them. It's just all physical to their pains, their hunger, and their nausea. So these that's a thing that's like, I understand why people would be reluctant to want to get their kids that. I understand that, but like to what you're saying is like, I remember people like that doctor who's going out of their way, reaching out, being like, hey, why aren't you giving them this? Like then that's what made those parents reach out to get CBD for their kids. I mean, nowadays you can get CBD from the gas station, so that's cool. I mean, we done came a long way.
Wait, can you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to blow up my local Chevron, but yeah, I see like all those like gummies, even from like smoke shops. I see like THC, but they call it like Delta 9. I don't know if you remember, if you guys ever seen that. Do you guys remember when Spice was legal? That Spice stuff.
I don't know what Spice is. Yeah.
So Spice is like I never smoked it, but it was a legal like cannabis substitute you could buy from like smoke shops. And it was kind of like when Salvia, I think Salvia was the other thing, where you could buy from smoke shops, but like they were just like, it was so new that they hadn't made a law against it. So like Salvia was one that like people would like hallucinate. Like, I've done shrooms before a couple times, and like I've never hallucinated as much as I did when I smoked salvia, which was legal, and I bought at a smoke shop when I was 18. And that I actually like hallucinated for like the trip's like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, kind of compared to what Joe Rogan says DMT's like. I'm too scared to do that, but it's just these things that you could buy legally. You know what I mean? And then the
hallucinogens.
Yeah. It was crazy, dude. And then the spice. I've never smoked spice because I was already over 21 when that came out, and so I was like buying weed at like med shops at that time. But the spice is for people. I know a lot of friends who were in the military who would use that because they used to smoke weed, but then it doesn't come up dirty on a urine test. and then they would trip out. They would have like bad trips. I've heard multiple people, because they would smoke a bowl of it, and then they would try smoking a blunt of it, and then that blunt would get them like on a bad trip.
So wait, when you say like spice, like what kind of spice you talking about? Like cinnamon or something? Because I heard people be smoking like
Nutella.
Like,
Nutella was one that I heard.
Vanilla and nutmeg and stuff like that. Like what's going on?
No.
Yeah, bro, I heard some of the craziest stuff.
Right. Yeah,
like, I'm smoking nutmeg.
I've heard that as well. But no, I guess it would just be called spice at the smoke shops. Like you would ask like, oh, you guys have spice, and then they have like different levels of it. I'm not too sure about what is in there, and that's also why I never consumed it. I'm like, no. I don't even vape. I don't even like to vape. But yeah, I'm not too sure what was in there. I just know it was like a plant. It was from a plant.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Nutella. I've heard people do that.
I was gonna plug in that nonprofit, Thank You Life. UV. I don't know if you've heard about this, but my cousin's or my girlfriend's cousin, he works for this nonprofit.
He always talks about his girlfriend.
I do. She comes up some way. UV, you know who Aaron Rodgers is, right?
Nah.
Quarterback.
Nope. Excuse my ignorance.
Okay. No, you're good. He's a quarterback or he used to be a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. Now he's a quarterback for the New York Jets. But he was kind of notorious. Maybe 2 years ago, he took a trip. I think it might have been to Costa Rica, somewhere down there. But he was doing like a ketamine therapy with like shroom psychedelic therapy, and just kind of a way to like free his mind away from just being away from a football player and everything that's here. But he said it helped him a lot with just like his mental state. Fast forward 2 years, Antonia's cousin started working with that doctor that helped him on that train, and they've been doing a lot of psychedelic therapy, and it's been helping a lot of people with like military guys with PTSD, a lot of people with like depression. It's just been more of a organic way, because it's like a guided therapy session, and they'll be on these different a dosage that's good for them, just nothing crazy, just
like micro
kind of guided. Kind of in that sense of just trying to help this person understand what it is that their trauma is, and then nursing them to get better from it. But they've had, I want to say the number is a 60% success rate, which is almost, I think it's 7 times higher. So like the success rate for other types of therapies is maybe around like 5%, and these guys are already hitting 60% success rate. But it's still considered I forgot what in America. I mean, it's still banned and
federally legal. Is that what it be?
Federally, it's banned. And it's not covered by insurance companies. It's just like a whole array of like, okay, well, yeah, if the insurance company started approving that, there'd be a lot less money with antidepressants, with all these different things. So it's like you can see in that way where it's like, well, why is it so successful, and why are we not allowing this to be more used?
The cliche, there's no money or no business in curing people's illness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've heard that, right, Andrew?
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah. And that's the sad part. It's like, I'm very open-minded to like, why not try it? We try so many other things. Why not try something that it looks like it's working properly? So that I hope that they're, continue to work on what they're doing, and that it's, funded the way it is. And maybe later on down the road, in maybe 5 years, it might be legalized, and the type of therapy that a lot of people can get access to, which would be great.
Could you hear the commercial? Can you hear the commercial for BetterHelp? Like, hey, it's BetterHelp. Use promo code 42069, Palmtrees in Progress, and you get a free ketamine mailed to your door, your first dose.
You know what it reminds me of, what you're talking about concerning like the mushrooms and all of that. There was a documentary on Netflix a while back called Fantastic Fungi.
Oh, okay. I've heard.
Really dope, and it definitely would be something to look into. It talks about all of those properties on using the shrooms and how many beneficial ways it can be used, So I believe in it, you know what I'm saying? It's called Mother Earth, Mother Nature for a reason, We come from Mother Nature. Let's let nature mother us. You know what I'm saying?
I call it mommy nature, but that's because I have issues.
Yeah, man, like let nature mother us. Why not?
Oh man. I have a friend that their therapy they go through the ketamine therapy, Andrew. So I just assume because obviously what they're dosing them with is different than what college parties were having when that I was at, where they were just going like K-holes and I didn't know what was going on. They were like not moving for like 30 minutes or so. But I do have, so it's like a friend sibling that is going through that therapy, the ketamine treatments. And I thought it was through their insurance, but you're saying it's not, like that's not a thing yet. But
that's what the last time I talked.
Right, yeah.
And he said that it still wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. I might have misheard, but I do know that my buddy has to go pick them up every once in a while. They go through the therapy, like, hey, I got therapy classes, so I'm gonna be in a K-hole and I can't drive after the fact. So they do that. I remember picking up friends when they get their eyes dilated. We came a long way. You know
I mean? That's kind of crazy too to think about. That scares me. Anything going in my eye, surgery, or I don't want to get to that point. I'm trying to stay as natural as possible. If I'm sick, let my body do my thing. If it gets like
you shouldn't have got that BBL then, Andrew.
I'm all natural. I
thought you looked taller. I thought you looked taller from the chair.
Any of that stuff, that's the last thing I'm trying to take. But if I'm dying, if I'm like going through it, then maybe I'll resort to it. But I usually try to stay away from it. Just let my body do its thing. It knows we're sick, and it's gonna fight it off.
Okay, you're tuning to Palmtrees Progress Presents. We are with UV of Tribe and Grit on KCA Radio on Mondays at 8 p.m. And also with the better half of the show, Andrew Berkeley, Big Dog Tavares. We missed you yesterday. And let's give some love to our senior correspondent who was not feeling well either. They're a little under the weather. So, Jose Gaetan Tio, we love you. We'll catch y'all next week. Let's get into this other segment that... getting his Berkeley hat on. Let's go. Okay, so am I in the wrong? Read off of Reddit. Okay, so I'm going to go through a couple. We only got like about 10 minutes, so let me try to go through some quickies. All right. Okay, this one I like that. And then also they have like a header, so sometimes the headline's just fun to read. This one's, am I in the wrong for beating my girlfriend's brother at a game when I would normally let him win to prove a point? All right, so that's the headline. And apparently the Redditors say he's not the a-hole. Let's see what happens. When I would visit my girlfriend's house, I would sometimes play games with her little brother, who is 12. When I would play competitive games against him, I would normally let him win, Call of Duty, etc. I was visiting a few days ago, and her brother had two of his friends over, and I overheard him talking about me. He was telling them, he was telling them how bad I was at video games, and it must make me mentally disabled to be so bad. In parentheses, he used more offensive language. He said my girlfriend must be stupid to be dating me too. I could hear his friends laughing about it. It was quite hurtful. As I tried to be friendly with him.
Oh, little man went in.
Yeah, he was spazzing. Also, this guy's holding the opinions of a 12-year-old pretty high. A bit later, I said to him, I want to play some games, buddy. And he acted polite, but I could see his friends laughing to themselves. I played Call of Duty against him and did not go easy. His friends were now laughing at him, and he was on the verge of tears before he stormed off to his room. My girlfriend wasn't happy. Later in the car, she accused me of deliberately making her brother cry. I told her I wasn't trying to do that. I just didn't like how he was talking about me or her. Am I in the wrong? So, opinions. Andrew, let you go first.
No, I'm going to go with the side of no. I understand his point of view. You know what? I guess I wouldn't have set myself up to get beat. I would have always just beat him by just enough. That's where my stance is I usually sit back and just beat just enough. Maybe every 2 to 3 he could get one in, but that's kind of where I think that was, yeah, I'd be pretty, I'd be taken back if I heard that, and I would definitely come back to Smash.
I do like the way that he's just like, hey, let's put some Call of Duty. UV, what do you think?
Listen, agreeing, right? Maybe he shouldn't have placed himself in the position that little man had that much firepower to talk about him, Like when they first got together, maybe a game or two, you know. But nah, he can't just win all of them because now he looks like the guy who's going into.
Yeah.
Nah, let me go and shut you up real fast. It's like, well, dude, if that's the case, why not just beat him out the gate the first few games? Let him have a few games, and then you just be like, you know what? We did that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're good in that sense. But yeah, he went in on some. Nah, I'm about to shut this little kid up kind of thing. Yeah. That doesn't look good. I'm not saying he's in the wrong. That's how he felt at that moment. He wanted to express himself in that manner, didn't have at it, right? Whatever came after that came after it. You know? So, you know, it is. Yeah. However, he could have let little man slide.
Yeah. That's what
I could have let little man slide, stall him out one time. Yo, he was having a good time.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, he's embarrassing me in front of these other 12-year-olds. Like, come on, man, why does that matter so much to you,
right.
bro?
Yeah,
like,
he could have let that one slide. Little man was like,
I do like he called me mentally disabled, but he used not so kind of words.
Right.
So that maybe that would have been the trigger, and
I mean, he could have spun it with his girl. He could have been like, hey, yo, babe, look, I got him feeling good, boosted his confidence. He out there feeling nice with his boys and all of that.
He's
like,
roasting me.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you know, your brother's feeling good about himself. He has that. He could have spun it that way. She'd have been like, oh, my God, thank you so much, yes.
Bet you he wouldn't have been getting chewed out in the car.
I like that point, but maybe he's giving him too much false confidence. Maybe this guy really isn't all that, and he might have barked up the wrong tree. And
I will say, when I'm playing with my nephew, who's in middle school, video games, because he's really good at video games, and we have a good time playing them. When he talks smack, I go so hard on the game, but it doesn't. I mean, he's just skilled at this point. I can't always be like, dang, I'm gonna give 100. I feel like I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 this past weekend with Little Man, but despite all this, the trash talk he was giving me, I think I won like 3 out of 5. So 3 out of like 3 wins, 5 wins for him. So I mean, you only got so long to put them in their place. Put him in the coffin. Okay, so I guess we're all in agreement. Not in the wrong, but also take it easy.
It could have been done better.
Yeah.
Have some finesse with it.
There was a different way to do that. Yeah.
Lacking.
Completely different way to do that. Could wait for his friends to, have left.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just them, It's just, let me show you something, little dude.
He all dapped up his homies. He dapped up the dude's homies. He's like, what up? Yo, follow me on Instagram. I live stream on Twitch. Okay, this one we got about like 3 minutes, but I'm gonna try to go ahead and read this one because I really liked this headline. Am I in the wrong for defending the other actors in my theater community instead of my grandma in this argument? I feel like it's pretty safe to say. I don't even have to read that, right? I'm saying side with grandma, side with abuela.
Unless she wrong.
Okay, so I, female 15, am a theater kid at my high school. My grandma, female 66, is the one who picks me up from rehearsals. Recently, we performed a Christmas Carol for our town. It was really fun and enjoyed it thoroughly. However, my grandma made the situation to have an issue. She decided to record videos of me and other actors. It would have been decent if she didn't have the camera flash on. Ooh. Camera flash bothers actors due to the fact that there are stage lights. It's more of a distraction thing than anything. But in our theater group, we have a person who has sensitivities to sudden lights. Oh, okay. Grandma might be wrong. I heard them discussing about my grandma and how it wasn't cool as it was intermission. I decided to call her and tell her to stop. This stopped her for the time being. But once the show was over, I got a stern talking to in the car. She told me that she didn't care. She paid for the ticket to see the show, and she could use her flash if she wanted to. That's not how most shows work. I, of course, was heavily annoyed with this, and she trashed almost every actor, saying they all sucked.
Yeah.
I felt empathetic for them in the moment. She also informed me that they were all freaks, and I needed to stay away from them.
Man.
That was very rude. Only a few of them are a little awkward, but I wouldn't call them freaks. Am I in the wrong? Okay, I guess I call it a little early. You might not be in the wrong. What do you guys think?
You know what? She wasn't in the wrong because, okay, Grandma didn't know. Since how you only got a couple minutes, Grandma didn't know. But once she let her know, it's like, be concerned with the child's health, or
Yeah,
whomever it may be. Not to say that they suck and they're this, that, and the other solely because somebody asked you to turn the flash off so they baby don't die.
They're freaks now.
I mean, come on, why are they freaks now? Like, come on, Grandma, really?
Andrew, yes or no? What do you think?
No, I think the grandma's on the right. No, not the grandma. Sorry. The person defending. The grandma was on the right, taking it, observing. But yeah, once you get notified about that medical condition, probably, maybe step away.
I mean, that kid probably couldn't watch that Pokemon episode where one of the Pokemon used Flash. So, do they need to suffer more? No, you're right.
Maybe Grandma could go play video games with the little kid.
Yeah.
They could figure it out.
They just throw obscenities at each other. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. Thank you for tuning into Palm Trees in Progress. As always, don't forget to check out our website, our social medias at Palm Trees in Progress. UV, don't forget to check out Tribe and Grit on KCA on Mondays at 8 p.m. And want to plug your music one more time?
Man, yes, Ulysses Valor on everything, man. Anything and everything that plays music. Ulysses Valor, ULYSSESVALOR.
Thanks again, guys. Andrew, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
No, man. Love you guys. Thank you, UV, for jumping on this week.
Man, my pleasure.
I hope you guys have a great week, man.
Man,
all right.
You too, yo. Till next time.
Thanks for listening, guys. Catch you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored